It's a freedom of information. Are you ready for the freedom of information, people? I'm ready for the freedom of information.
Freedom of information. Friday. FOIA.
Woo! The FOIA Friday with Dr. Crystal Heath.
Friday.
I'm Mr. Skyjack Morgan. Hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Doctor, how are they? Are you ready to get some information from the FOIAs?
Yes. Should I go first?
Yeah, I mean, I followed your advice from last week and did identical. I'm going down the ELAP thing. So let's hear what you've got going on.
Well, first of all, we have this exciting news story that came out in DSMOG about the Animal Ag Alliance is surveilling us, and the meat and dairy industry are watching our stuff. And I thought this was pretty interesting. Let me take that down because this platform doesn't work that well with that. But basically, this is a great article that digs into what exactly the Animal Ag Alliance does and what it's saying about us. And they basically created this database of over 2,400 individuals, including those who simply affiliate on social media with animal rights groups. The database also included suspicious individuals at animal rights protests and those who have tried to film or report conditions at farms. And Ben Williamson of the animal rights organization Animal Outlook, which is listed by the Animal Ag Alliance as an extreme group, said it's a chilling intrusion into people's private lives and constitutional rights. And they also included a quote in the article from me, because we are also followed by the Animal Ag Alliance, and they made this lovely little fact sheet about us. And let's see how much is true and how much is not
factual
really
their
true.
fact sheet is. Okay, let's see it.
I think they got a lot of things right, but a lot of things not so right. So
there's a lot of I love that Ben Williamson, friend of the show.
Yeah.
People have probably seen him on the show before. He's definitely someone who knows about his rights, and I love that he's saying this because I think it's chilling as well. I love it when a British person cares more about our First Amendment right than the Americans. Seems that way. It seems like that's happening a lot lately.
Yeah. Okay, so here's their fact sheet about us. They use an old logo. By the numbers, total revenue, total assets, not information available. Yes, we do have a 990. We bring in about $150 something thousand a year. That's all. We're a pretty small organization. Our budget this year is $189,000. Please do donate. We have a matching donation.
We have matching donors, please. Ourhonor.org.
$25,000. And what do you get for your money? You get media attention like this on the industry and what they're doing. We got 87 press hits last year, of course. We were featured in 60 Minutes, the New York Times a couple of times, Vox, Vanity Fair. So a lot of great stories. Newsweek, of course. A great video in the Washington Post, a great video by Business Insider. I mean, this media attention, dismantling public trust in the industry. What is that worth to you? Potentially millions of dollars. We do all that on a budget of less than $200,000 a year. I think that's pretty good. So do donate. But here's what they say about
you don't even take a paycheck.
I don't even take a paycheck. This is all volunteer.
You're volunteer.
I volunteer pretty much 60 hours a week to this organization.
Yeah.
And then I work my normal job that does pay me money. Our honor's mission is to create an organized network of professionals who are able to formally challenge unethical institutionalized systems and amplify the voices of those who have been marginalized. They claim that together we can create better ways to help and protect animals we love and achieve the highest levels of compassionate care and transparency. Does that freak you out? It freaks the industry out.
I don't know. I was really scared of that. Far more scary than, them looking through my dirty laundry.
I mean, so I think this is actually like I just want to use this as a 2-pager. Like, this is a pretty well done, like, 1-pager we can give to donors. Here you go. Fund us. What they're up to: submitted several Freedom of Information Act requests to check off organizations in February 2023 demanding information about depopulation and VSD. Oh, how dare us. In 2022, Crystal Heath moderated a 2-hour online presentation about animal-based research featuring the Physician Committee of Responsible. It's the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. So they got that wrong. Jeremy Beck.
Well, I mean, let's not, come on, that's not so bad.
Yeah, past petitions to the AVMA filed by Our Honor. May 2020 asked the AVMA to condemn the use of VSD by Iowa Select Farms. December 2020 asked the AVMA to reclassify ventilation shutdown as a not recommended form of depopulation. January 2022, open letter to the AVMA sent by the ASPCA, HSUS, HSVMA, AWI, Our Honor, Veterinarians Against Ventilation Shutdown, and Mighty Vet. How dare us again.
Yeah, I don't even know Mighty Vet.
Yeah, they're cute little. I want to say it's actually like a vet clinic or like a vet thing, but I forget what they do. Sorry, Mighty Vet, but I'm sure you're doing great work. May
keep it up, Mighty Vet.
Keep it up, Mighty Vet. May 2022 encouraged the AVMA to attend a Zoom meeting to engage in open dialogue with groups such as the Humane League, Animal Outlook, Mercy for Animals, Animal Equality, DXE, Compassionate Bay, Center for Biological Diversity, and more. Again, how dare we ask for open dialogue?
Open dialogue. That's hate speech, and it must be stopped right now.
Petitions in the works to be sent to the AVMA House of Delegates include resolutions opposing the use of gestation farrowing crates, foie gras production, cages and egg production. I don't actually think we were doing that, but okay. Fur farms, amongst other topics.
Wait, cages in egg production?
We're not really a cage-free org, but
in
whatever.
Fact, you and I have also, although we're not so hardcore about criticizing egg, cage-free campaigns, we have criticized them. I think gently criticized cage-free campaigns.
In order to strengthen the movement and all of the things. Yeah,
we've been very gentle about that, but I don't. That's certainly not our thing. Is all. Yeah.
Yeah. Key staff: Crystal Heath, DVM, founder, DXE organizer. I'm not a DXE organizer.
No.
Formerly with Animal Save. And I'm like, oh, wow, they know the spay neuter clinic that I used to work at. If you go to that link, it's actually a link to Animal Save, the animal rights organization, which I wasn't formally with, but we collaborate with them. And, we did that rescue of the birds from the slaughterhouse with them. And we do Animal Save vigils and stuff, but I wasn't ever formally officially associated with them.
No, I mean, the same, like Animal Save's great, but I've never had anything to do with them. Like I've seen them, like I've been to the vigils, I guess that counts.
But if you look at my LinkedIn profile, you will see I did work for an organization called Animal Save, which was a spay neuter clinic.
Oh,
different Animal Save.
Dang it. You guys are like, oh, well, that happens sometimes. Sometimes people are like, I'm in Paris, and they're like, Paris, California? Yeah. No, Paris, France.
Yeah. Founding committee member of Veterinarians Against Ventilation Shutdown. Other key staff is Anastasia Rogers, organizer, DXE activist, formerly with PETA. Anna no longer is with us, but did great work. Ingrid Taylor, member veterinarian, former staff writer for Sentient Media. Great work, Ingrid Taylor. I love you. Dr. Sherston Rosenberg, member veterinarian affiliated with DXE and executive director at Happy Hand Animal Sanctuary. I mean, she's not really a staff member. She just shared her story on our website.
She sounds like a very mean person writing about that. Okay, she's dangerous.
And Daniela Castillo, member veterinarian.
Oh yeah,
are you
Dr. Castillo?
Yeah, absolutely. She's there. Yeah, sorry, I'm jumping on your words.
No, that's okay. No, I was just saying she's a nice doctor. She's nice, Miss Dr. Castillo. Yeah.
And they had nothing to say
about her. Nothing to say about her.
produce in their own words. I love the quotes they picked from me, because I'm like, I am proud of these quotes. Actually,
I love that I didn't make the list. I'm still in the clear. The FBI has a whole different list for me.
Maybe when they update the 2025 version.
No. They're not going to keep. No, what are they going to? No,
this was last updated February 2023.
Ooh, so
and
before my time.
Really surprised they're using that old logo, because we have a new logo since then.
How dare they?
Whatever. Producers are making no effort to plan and implement AVMA preferred methods of depopulation, instead relying on the cruel method of ventilation shutdown plus, which causes animals to suffer and die of heat stroke over many hours. Our website, 2023. Ventilation shutdown is a method described in the AVMA guidelines on depopulation to be used in constrained circumstances only, but the animal agriculture industry is not putting plans in place to use alternative methods, and their business model creates the very constrained circumstances that necessitate its use.
Yes.
Scary things we're saying there.
Yes, this is. I'm glad they're keeping tabs on us. I'm glad that they're doing that to keep America safe.
Yeah, one would assume that sooner or later, the Animal Ag Alliance would gaze upon their enemies and come to the sobering realization that it's they who are the real villains in this story. My Twitter account. I think that is superb. That's a great quote from me.
That's good that they quoted that. Yeah, I thought that you were just ad-libbing for a second. Do you think that there's ever going to be the case that they're just going to take a sober look and have this epiphany that they themselves are to blame, that they are foisted on their own?
Are they going to?
Are we the baddies? We've got little skulls on our hats. Are we the baddies? Yeah, maybe that's what they're going to end up doing. No, I don't think they're ever going to take that look in the mirror. They're just not Michael Jackson fans. They don't want to talk to the man in the mirror. Yeah. Have them change their ways.
But I think this was a great one-pager that they made for us. We'll add it to our 2023 accomplishments, I guess, for the donors. So yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, it's always they used to say until the FBI has a file on you, you ain't nobody.
Yeah. Speaking of FBI, I tried to join an FBI talk that was held in conjunction with APHIS and was rejected. And I wonder, this article talks about how the Animal Ag Alliance communicates a lot with the FBI. And I wonder if if what they're saying about me has anything to do with why I was rejected from attending that FBI talk.
Could we FOIA Kashyap Patel?
I wouldn't FOIA him because it would take a very long time, but I will FOIA the email address of the woman who sent me the rejection letter and see what sort of communications she had before she decided to reject me.
With the FBI?
Yes. I have her FBI email address, and I will.
She's an FBI member.
Or employee.
She works for the FBI. It's like her email's at fbi.gov.
Yes, exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And she's the one that rejected you? I love it. I can't wait to hear how this FOIA comes back.
I know.
I like that.
In other news, we got some really good victory from my request to Kern County, the Department of Public Health, which requested August 1st, 2024 to August 15th, 2025.
Kern County, Texas?
Kern County, California, just north of where I live. We have
to make sure about these things. I mean, people can think that you're the animal save of the vigil. You got to make sure that we are, because Kern County that is the county that was flooded in Texas and killed all those kids because they didn't have the Kern, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know I think it was Kerr County in Texas, actually.
Kerr County, maybe you're right.
So Kern County has Central Valley Eggs, Poso Creek Family Dairy, and we requested emails, text messages, chat transcripts, voicemails, call logs, meeting notes, agendas, minutes, situation reports, incident logs, press releases, talking points, facts, advisories, laboratory results, epidemiological summaries, dashboards, complaint or exposure reports, communications involving Kern County epidemiology or communicable disease teams, public health leadership, external agencies like the PH, which is the California Department of Public Health, California Department of Food and Agriculture, Cal OSHA, USDA, APHIS, FICIS, FDA, adjacent county health departments. Any other documents reflecting interagency coordination or public advisories concerning H5N1. Possible custodians were the public health director, deputy directors, epidemiology program heads, communicable disease staff, PIO, emergency preparedness staff, lab or environmental health leadership. And I requested any of these search terms: H5N1, avian flu, bird flu, influenza A, outbreak, dairy, worker exposure, media. I thought that's a bit much. Media, any mention of media. But I got so much stuff
nice
from all of this. 3 folders worth, but the one that I will highlight for a minute as the most important thing that I got from this FOIA is something that I've been trying to get and figuring out how to get for a long time. And that is the names and the dates that dairies were infected. And addresses of the infected dairies.
Hey.
We've got Peterson Dairy, infected September 23rd, 2004. Cross
infected
Dairy.
With bird flu.
Yes, bird flu.
Okay.
And I wonder, Cross Dairy, if that's Southern Cross Dairy.
It's gotta be.
Oh, it is. It is Southern Cross Dairy.
Yeah,
I know that address. Whiteside Dairy. Whiteside Dairy is the one that was right by the carrot fields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grimley's carrots or something. Yeah.
Grimway carrots.
Yeah.
And West Star North Dairy, Maya Dairy. Maya Dairy was where I took the footage of those skinny cows breathing rapidly that appeared on 60 Minutes. Tarja Dairy, File Farms, JDF's Ranch, and Poso Creek Family Dairy. What is this green highlighter mean, you ask?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Reinfection is what.
Reinfection. Oh, gee whiz.
What do you say? Poso Creek Family Dairy has been infected more than once. One on 10/31/2024, and I don't know what LTFU, long-term fucked up. I'm not sure what that means.
Long-term. Jeez, doctor, that's not very scientific.
11/5/2024, contact information was not verified. Blah, blah, I don't know what that means. What is this date? Update, quarantine release date, 3/28/2025. Notification of release of quarantine, redetection, June 12th, 2025. Go figure. Also, this one was reinfected June 30th, 2025. Who was that? Taharda Dairy. Who else was reinfected? J&R Dairy, Bear Mountain Road. You know, all these, all of the ones.
The usual suspects. Yes.
Your cows look sick AF.
So I wonder if we could correlate this with something. These are all, these are mostly California ones that we're looking at. Am I wrong?
This is all Kern County.
Kern County. Okay, right.
This is Kern County only.
Okay.
I have photos from most of these places, which is
great.
I
wonder if we're looking at these, maybe we can also look at see what other violations they've had, because while you were talking, I was thinking, man, I'm looking into like water stuff and how these different dairies have violated water management, mostly because of AB 411. And I just want to mention AB 411 very quickly as kind of a small tangent, because AB 411, they're saying that the governor of California might sign a bill into law saying that it will now be legal for dairies and other animal enslavement production areas can compost their dead animals. Their carcasses can be buried on site, which endangers our aquifers. And I had to look up the difference between aquifer and water table, and I guess you can use them. Never mind. Anyway, AB 411, we need to please let the governor know. Every time I get, for some reason, in my feed, if I'm on any platform, there's always Governor Newsom asking me for money. And I've never given money to the campaign, but every time he does, I put in the comments, please vote no on, please don't sign 411 every
Oh,
time.
great. Yeah.
Because I figure, maybe someone might read it. Please vote.
Yeah.
Please do not sign AB 411. I've sent through the portal, ca.gov. It's a great portal. You can just, from a drop down menu, click 411 and then click against. And that'll go to the governor. I think that'd be really cool if you would, if everybody here would do the same thing.
Absolutely.
You can go right there and do it. And I think that you could do it even not being part of California, not even because the
oh
website
my God,
doesn't
like
ask you.
High feds.
They're watching.
There's some things we don't need to tell people. We don't need to look like people, like we're trying to do things. No.
All right. So what I will say,
this is for Californians only.
It's for cowards and Californians. No, it's for if you want to go use the power of the internet to tell the governor to not allow dairy farmers to bury their carcasses and poison our water, then you can make your voice heard.
Yeah. And everybody has a friend in California, right? Like like how many people? 1 in 30 people live in Los Angeles in the United States. 1 in 30 people in the United States live in Los Angeles. One in how many people live in? Wow. Yeah, it's really high. I don't know. So everybody should know somebody lives in Los Angeles. Everybody should know somebody who lives in California. Tell your California friends to do this. So
yeah. Well, I like Warped Vision says their channel is just me walking my dog, finding cool stuff in the woods. I love that for you, but please, maybe you could take, after you're done walking your dog, maybe you can learn how to file a FOIA and learn how to expose hard truths about corporate and government collusion. So the reason why I talk about AB 411, I'm talking, and so it's got my water on my brain, like in Chinatown. If anyone's seen Chinatown, I got water on the brain, and I want to expose how these dairies are poisoning us, even when we have the regulation in there, where they're still violating that and poisoning our water. So if they're doing that, let me ask you this: the reason, the long walk back, if they're doing that, can't bird flu survive in urine and excrement? Was I wrong about that?
It doesn't survive in urine very long. Like it survives in milk for a long time because it's like, stable, you got lipids, but urine pH is off. So it's there, but it doesn't stay around for a long time. No.
What about in the poop?
Same deal. It's not like an ideal environment for it, but I don't think they've detected very high concentrations in the poop either.
What about on bird feathers?
For duck feathers, 160 days.
160 days. So we know that the virus can survive in certain situations on feathers for 160 days. Would it be too far of a stretch just tinfoil cap this for a moment? If they're flushing a bunch of effluents and everything else into our water supply, aren't they shedding the virus into our water supply?
Possibly. And we've also seen like H5N1 detections in wastewater, but the water is also processed and treated, and we aren't aware of anybody getting H5N1 from water. Like, so I imagine like it's killed. So I don't think there's so many truthful things that we can say, like that one study that showed that the H5N1 virus is everywhere. Mice are spreading it around, flies potentially be spreading it. We don't need to make up, like it's literally.
No, I'm not making anything up. I'm asking, because just like always, you just try to present the facts and people can connect their own dots. My only question is, now that we have the dates of when they were infected, if they have any waste management violations during that time, don't you think the public should have the right to know if during their infection?
What we'll find is there's no violations because nobody's looking and nobody cares and nobody's inspecting these facilities. If you find anything, great, but I doubt you'll find anything. That's just me. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I'm begging
okay,
for
Charlie.
But in the meantime, there have been avian influenza outbreaks all over the country.
Yeah.
And this is some maybe good inspiration for let me see if I can add this.
I'm trying.
This is the page, the USDA page that shows the outbreak situation. And we have new outbreaks just in time for Thanksgiving. September 16th in Minnesota, commercial turkey meat bird. I'm not saying it's Jenny-O Turkey Store, but I mean,
It
it could be
might
somebody else.
be.
It might be because Jenny-O Turkey Store is in Minnesota. South Dakota, we've got 53,000 birds here, 70,000 birds here. Maryland, we've got little backyard flock. Montana, 5,800 birds. We've got South Dakota and more commercial turkey birds, 44,000. North Dakota, we've got 41,000. South Dakota, 74,000. So lots, like outbreaks all over the country. Now would be a great time to do what I did in California in these counties and FOIA the public health department of each of these counties and see if we can get more information about these places. And of course, Nebraska too just had an outbreak, and they discovered that the outbreak in the dairy herd in Nebraska came from California. So
how did it come from California? I knew it was a dairy herd. I did not know that it came from California. How do they know that?
Yeah, through genetic testing and stuff like that. So let's see if I can.
But how did it get here? How did it get to Nebraska?
I don't know. Then they don't speculate. I don't know if it was they transported a cow here. Who knows? Let's see if. I don't know if you can hear that. Oop. Are you able to hold on?
Now you have it.
Hold on.
Okay.
Add. Are you able to hear it though?
It's not playing. I don't know.
But before.
No, I didn't hear anything before.
Why don't you do this link? Because you're better at this and making.
All right, no problem.
Because I was playing it and I was worried that it wasn't making any sounds for you.
This is the RFDTV, right?
Yes.
Got it.
All right. So, but while you're loading that up, according to Roger Dudley, the state vet said, we are able to tell that the strain did originate in California. I think that's really important. And the other thing that I think is really important is that the milk from the affected cow, if they're showing symptoms of avian flu, that the milk really bad, the milk from those cows don't go into the bulk tank to be for human consumption. I mean, we didn't, speech is not a strong point of veterinarians. Usually I get that. My problem is too. But he's saying that it's really important that this milk doesn't go into the bulk tank. But we know it absolutely does. The FDA and the USDA urged processors to stop rejecting milk from herds infected with H5N1, saying in a September 30th statement, 2024, that it could discourage participation in voluntary surveillance and sampling, saying pasteurization is effective at completely neutralizing H5N1 in milk and dairy, in both milk and dairy. Such a weird thing to say. Anyway,
because
I have other dairy products. I get it.
Yeah, I have to do that all the time because I say milk and people are like, I don't drink milk, and I go, ugh, milk and dairy products, obviously cheese. I mean, I'm talking about a lot of stuff here. All right, let's try it out.
Well, continuing coverage of the Nebraska dairy herd that tested positive for high-path avian flu, the state's leading vet says testing has confirmed that this virus did not originate on that farm.
We are able to tell that the strain did originate in California. I think that's really important. And the other thing that I think is really important is that the milk from the affected cows, if they're showing symptoms of...
I love that their B-roll is just as bad. I mean, come on. How do people... Sorry. Like...
The avian influenza...
Yeah, this is normal. This is completely
normalizing it, making it all okay.
This is perfectly acceptable.
Those the milk from those cows don't go into the bulk tank to be for human consumption.
So, Dudley was quick to add that the milk supply, it does remain safe thanks to
the milk is safe.
It's safe, everybody, thanks to pasteurization.
Don't ask further questions. Don't ask about the production practices that aren't safe. The milk, it's safe.
And if it's safe, then why did they make a point of saying it doesn't go into the bulk tank? Why even mention that if it's safe?
And that's like, I don't know if Nebraska is any different than anywhere else, but that's just not true. Like,
no, of course not. Yeah.
And like, are they going to test every cow on that farm now and make sure that their milk doesn't go to the bulk milk tank? No, we know that many cows are going to be infected. They're not going to know which cows are infected, and they're going to keep milking them. And now we've known from that previous study done that infected cows don't have mastitis all the time. So like we used to think like, oh, if they have mastitis, you know, obviously that milk is going to be discarded. But now we know that there's avian flu infected cows that don't have mastitis.
But do you believe that I mean, I'm sorry. I know they said that, and I know I'm supposed to believe it, but I don't believe it. I mean, every time I hear about they do these random tests, they find all sorts of pus and other foreign stuff that is not milk in the milk.
Yeah,
isn't that because
I will
of mastitis?
The milk that you drink is tested multiple times, and if it has too high a somatic cell count, it is rejected. But we found that the H5N1 infected milk sometimes doesn't have a high somatic cell count, and so you're going to miss it unless you're testing each and every cow for H5N1. So that's the point there. But and it's like, yeah, the milk is safe, blah, blah, blah. But the production methods used to make that milk are inherently not safe. So.
I don't trust them for a second. Again, I mean, like they say it's going to be rejected, but I mean, you see every time they come out with footage, they see cows with pussy udders hooked up to those machines.
Udders. Purulent discharge.
Yes. Yeah. Suppurating udders are being, we can use our vocabulary words, fine, because pussy was too much. Suppurating wounds and festering sores on these udders. There's pus in the milk, and I don't see how we can trust them when they say, "Oh well, we'll reject that. We don't let pussy or suppurating udders, or what'd you call it? Purulent udders.
Purulent
producer
discharge.
Purulent discharging udder. This looks completely safe and clean. Look at this. This looks fine, right?
Just to keep biosecurity measures front and center.
Look at that guy.
And biosecurity is important, should be important every day to dairy producers and other livestock producers, but
use boots. That'll help. As long as you wear the right boots, you'll be fine.
During times like this, where we know there's an additional threat, monitoring the people on and off site, making sure that you know where people have been before they come to your farm and where they're going after your farm, isolating new arrival animals to the farm are all important things.
Well, dairy herds, they aren't the only ones seeing cases pop up. Commercial turkeys and backyard poultry outbreaks, they have been confirmed in the Dakotas and Montana.
So now that it's in this Nebraska dairy herd, I don't know what the poultry scene is like in Nebraska, but let's see if we see some nearby poultry flocks being infected from that dairy with the H5N1. But, the Midwest, I don't know what this dairy looks like. The Midwest dairies, they have more cows inside barns that never go outside. Maybe there's not the same level of dust and stuff that California dairies have. I think, California dairies are especially, and Colorado is another one. Their dairies, and Arizona, another, like those
the southwestern states, they've got
all, like, you have so many cows, open, dusty, debris right next to poultry flocks. And so that's where you see these reinfections happening of like poultry facilities over and over again from these dairies that are infected.
I've driven through Nebraska, and you're right. They do have more barns and stuff because they have cold winters. They have places where the cows can go when it's really, really cold outside. But they're still outside a lot. I mean, I don't see how you're going to... Plus, there's rats and coons and all sorts of different creatures, that creepy, crawly creatures that come at night and huddle with the cows. There's just no way of avoiding that.
Yeah. So now we have a big project ahead of us to get to FOIA all of those counties, public health departments with that FOIA, that successful FOIA language that I used in Kern County that got us information about the exact facilities that were infected. So anybody out there who's interested in helping this and helping us organize this, like, please reach out.
And you can reach out by going to info@ourhonor.org. And unless you're already on our FOIA Signal chat, but if you reach out and you want to try to help, we'll include you on the Signal chat, and we'll start. You can be part of what you could be a hero for the cows and all of us.
Yeah. Next up, I've had a frustrating back and forth with APHIS for a long time about this one FOIA request, and this one FOIA officer kept coming back to me saying, like, we got like 11,000 documents. You really need to narrow it down. You need to narrow it down like to 6 months. You need to narrow it down further.
Right.
So really cut out all these search terms. And now we've cut it down to H5N1, ventilation shutdown, and VSD. And they wanted one geographical location or state. And if we are requesting dairy or poultry records, we could not request both. Like, so this means I just have to file individual FOIAs, like
twice,
for each. Like, I see there's an outbreak in South Dakota, I'm just going to FOIA that geographical location for any mention of these things. And I was FOIA-ing communications sent or received by the VS Deputy Administrator at the USDA, and this is the Veterinary Services Deputy Administrator, as well as Rosemary Sifford, who is the head of Veterinary Services. And we'll see if finally we get some records from that. But that's all I've got.
I don't know if you're going to get any records from that. I mean, maybe.
I think I will. I'll get some.
I think. I mean,
Rosemary Sifford signs off on all of the VSDs. So that's what I was hoping for. It was like some of those forms where she's signing off on those. So,
well, I mean, I guess that's the thing. We'll just keep going. It's funny that they push back. And what annoys me about it is like, yo, this is like, you're required by law to give me these things. Why are you being such a crappy bureaucrat about this? Like, just do your job. Like, it's so weird now. I don't know. Maybe it's the politics in me that's just thinking, man, like, do you want to do this? Because they're getting rid of government workers left and right. Just like, go ahead and do this, please, because I want it. And this is my legal right to do it. This is my American right.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I'm hopeful. I like this whole FOIA-ing the public health departments because I feel like they're a little bit more giving.
Yeah.
And they're a little bit more about transparency, where the ag people are not so much about transparency.
Well, yeah, and I know you poo-pooed my idea about the water, but you know,
prove me wrong.
Well, they're being more receptive. At least they're like, hey, I want to. They return my call. Basically, you know, they get back and they say, hey, we have something. We don't have something. Hey, do you have an address for this? Hey, you missed this part. You know, they're much more friendly, and I am hoping to turn something up. If not, then I still want to. It's funny because a lot of when we looked at ELAP, it was like, I think 4 of the top 10 were California dairies that received bailouts from the government. And one of them, when I looked up, it was Williams Family Farm. And it was, I think, number 3 or 4 on the list of the ELAP recipients. But when I started looking deeper into it, way more than just what we saw in the thing that who was the DeCoriolis did about the ELAP, and it was under $1 million. But in the last 10 years, they've received over almost $4 million, over $3 million from of subsidies and bailouts. And so I start looking at these things, and so then I look at, okay, well, this is, and then I go to ChatGPT and I ask them, like, is this a good target? And ChatGPT says, you know, like, well, maybe, but maybe not, because there's not enough oversight. Just like you said, there's not enough oversight. But if you keep doing it, then if it does turn something back, you'll see that they're taking our money and they're still endangering us. So I'm hoping that it turns something up.
I mean, Melissa Montalvo of the Fresno Bee did that great story on Pittman Family Farms and their processing plant and polluting the Sanger community, and that was great. So I think there's some opportunity to look at the processing plants in the area and what they're doing to the community. And
well, I have that
all
Land O'Lakes ones out, and I'm hoping that one will come back eventually. But I mean, I gave them the address of the one I wanted. I haven't heard back yet, but that was just last week. And then this week, I'm going after the ELAP people, the ones who have taken the most money, because wouldn't that be something like if we find out that they're taking our money and not acting in the public's best interests with that money? I think that's important to know. And going after the dairies, I don't know, and staying in California, it's working. I'd like to do more, and maybe I'll look at that Nebraska one, see if there's any bird farms out there. In that thing that you had, those were only dairies, or was there bird farms as well?
These were only dairies. Yeah.
Because they have turkey and chicken in Nebraska production facilities, not as much as cows. Like cows, just everything is cows in Nebraska. Cows, corn, and soy. I think that's about it. Yeah.
Interesting. Let me, if we've got nothing else to talk about, I can talk about more my FOIA documents from the paper, our terminal lab paper, where we basically got all of the practices of vet schools and how many animals their protocols kill. And we got a response back from one of the deans. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I thought it would be easier to find in my emails. Let me look real quick here if I can see something.
In the meantime, I'll ask everyone to like the video, and also consider going to ourhonor.org/donate, where we have a matching donor. 5 will get you 10, 10 will get you 20, up to $25,000. We have a matching donor, so that anytime you give any money to Our Honor, our nonprofit, you will get matched by that donor, which is pretty cool.
Yep. Well, I'll just kind of go through some of these letters that we sent. So we sent one letter to a dean at Colorado State University. Colorado State famously got rid of their terminal protocols, we thought, and that made the news. But we did find that in their animal anatomy for teaching in the college, this protocol for teaching anatomy, up to 1 cow or sheep will be killed per year for teaching anatomy to veterinary students. The animal is sourced from a vendor and does not appear to be otherwise slated for medical euthanasia. Also, the VS630 surgery course, the protocol for teaching equine joint arthroscopy to equine residents, up to 2 horses are requested every 3 years for this terminal teaching procedure. The horses are acquired from vendors or transferred from internal protocols and do not appear to be slated for medical euthanasia. So we, request that the deans change this. Here's another one we sent to one dean of the University of Missouri had the following protocols. Their VMS 6994 Advanced Techniques in Animal Surgery elective didactic surgery class. This protocol is for teaching veterinary students anesthesia and abnormal surgery techniques in pigs, which are used as a proxy for dogs and cats, because it's okay to kill pigs, but not dogs and cats, I guess. Up to 10 pigs are requested annually for these terminal labs. The source is unclear, and the pigs appear to be otherwise healthy. The VMS 6999 Food Animal Surgery Lab. This protocol is for teaching anesthesia and surgical techniques in production animals to veterinary students. Up to 12 small ruminants and 15 cattle are requested annually. Up to 3 of the cows will be in the 3rd trimester of pregnancy and will have a terminal cesarean section performed, after which non-viable calves will be killed. Most of the other animals will also be killed after surgery, although some cows may be sold at auction or transferred transferred back to the dairy farm. The small ruminants are also sourced from vendors, and the cattle are sourced from the university dairy, and the animals appear to be otherwise healthy there. So yeah, I think I've got more, and I think this is just really important to go through, because so many people were saying that I was lying, and that all of these animals are ethically sourced and all of this stuff. And here we're saying, or they're slated for euthanasia anyway, so why not allow the students to do this? So this one is from Michigan State University, and their protocol is for teaching veterinary students necropsies on sheep. Up to 2 sheep a year will be killed for this lab. The sheep are cull animals sourced from a livestock market, but there's no indication that they were slated for medical euthanasia. So these are sheep who could have gone on to be saved and go to a sanctuary, and they chose to kill them instead, which many students would find unethical.
I mean, they're not going to. It's funny because even the people that go, okay, well, they could have been eaten too, right? But these animals they're not even using them for that. They're just throwing them in the garbage and they're done, aren't they? They're not eating them. And
there are better ways to teach students. So even if you like eat lamb, you could be opposed to just wasting bodies for a
That's what I mean.
Very outdated method of teaching veterinary students. So
that is something that always kind of, anytime I think about, people, we got to eat. And it's like, well, all right, we're killing 10 billion chickens a year and we're throwing away 1/3 of our food. That means that roughly, I know that not all of that, a lot of those chickens are killed as they're, just born because of the hatcheries and stuff. But that's still roughly a couple billion at least that are being thrown into the garbage, not eaten at all by anyone but ants, I guess.
And what about the wasted food feeding those animals too? Like that's a big food waste, feeding animals who will be eaten. And when only so much of that energy and calories from that food that we feed them ends up turning into calories that are usable. Here's another one from Michigan State University, teaching veterinary students about poultry. The first word of this protocol is redacted. This protocol is for teaching veterinary students handling and medical procedures on live birds, which are then killed and used for dissection. Up to 110 birds are requested per year. The birds are cull chickens sourced from university flocks, but there is no indication that they are slated for medical euthanasia there. Here's another one from University of Prince Edward Island. Says this is for VBS 1010-1020 macroscopic anatomy 1 and 2. The protocol is for teaching anatomy to veterinary students. Up to 7 goats, 6 horses, 25 fish, 15 dogs, and 24 chickens are requested annually. Goats and fish are acquired from vendors, horses from vendors, or donation to the veterinary school, and it is unclear from where the dogs and the chickens are sourced. So here's dogs are being killed for this class. Here's another one, VHM 3430, Advanced Equine Medicine Techniques. This protocol is for teaching medical procedures and euthanasia to veterinary students. Up to 2 horses are requested for this lab annually. The horses are donated to the university for euthanasia. So that's fine, I guess. VPM 3612, Practical Techniques in Fish Health. This protocol, veterinary students are taught blood sampling and tagging in live fish, then anatomy and pathology sampling after the fish have been killed a week later. Up to 10 fish are requested annually, and the fish are obtained from a vendor and appear to be healthy. VPN 4500, Clinics and Diagnostic Services. This protocol is for teaching veterinary students euthanasia, anatomy, and obtaining pathology samples in fish. Up to 89 fish are requested annually, and the fish are sourced from vendors and appear to be otherwise healthy. So, yeah, lots of
healthy animals we're going to kill for
healthy animals. Oklahoma State University. Oklahoma State was one where they also made the news for getting rid of their terminal labs, but we found they had this equine clinical diagnostic techniques protocol that requested up to 144 horses per year to be used for teaching veterinary students, interns, residents, veterinary technicians, and the lay public. The protocol states that only horses donated for euthanasia will be killed. All other horses are returned to their herd after use. It is unclear how many horses are expected to be euthanized each year. It does not seem that any of the horses are to be used for terminal teaching procedures. So that's good, I guess. And then in their food animal clinical techniques class, this protocol is for teaching medical and surgical procedures to veterinary students, technicians, interns, residents, and the public. This protocol requests up to 60 cattle, 65 sheep and goats, 25 swine, llama, and alpaca. As with the protocol above, only client-owned animals are donated for euthanasia and will be euthanized, while the rest will return to their herds after use. There is no estimate of the number of animals expected to be euthanized. At least some of the animals will be euthanized, will undergo terminal surgeries. It should be noted that AAVMC guidelines do not recommend terminal surgeries as a method of teaching, even using donated animals. So some terminal surgeries there at Oklahoma State. And if anybody, and it might be great to like use these, cut these up into little individual videos explaining what each school does. And, you know, we can, so students looking at for information or social media content about their school can see this and
we
what
can
their
add
school
those schools.
does.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't. I don't know if maybe I don't know. We'll see what kind of response we get from these deans from these letters that we get. We did get a letter from basically University of Wisconsin saying that they don't do terminal surgeries anymore, and these protocols they're there, but they're no longer in use. But one of the protocols wasn't for a terminal surgery, but it was for a lab where the animals were killed. And so I want to email back and say, like, you say you don't do terminal surgeries, but what about this lab? Do you still do this lab? That's not a terminal surgery, but animals are still killed for it.
What are they killing them for if not a terminal surgery?
I forget. I have to look at it again. It might have been anatomy or something, but I don't want to be accused of lying. So if I don't have it in front of me, I won't say anything. So this next one is from Purdue University. They had a bunch of protocols. Purdue's it's a lot. VCS 8220 and 82300, large animal junior surgery laboratory. In this protocol, up to 47 sheep and 4 horses are requested per year to teach veterinary students in terminal surgery laboratories. The animals are sourced from the university and appear to be otherwise healthy animals. VCS course 85100, non-traditional pet medicine and surgery. In this protocol, chickens are used in terminal labs to teach medical procedures. After they are killed, the cadavers are used for other teaching purposes. The protocol we received did not specify the number of animals per year expected to be killed. The birds are sourced from the university. They are cull birds, but the protocol is unclear if this is due to medical reasons. Small animal teaching blanket protocol. This protocol is for teaching veterinary students, interns, residents, veterinary technician students, and veterinarians a variety of medical and surgical procedures. Only animals donated for medical or economic euthanasia will be euthanized, which is good. And at least some of these animals will be used in terminal surgeries. The number of animals expected to be euthanized each year is not stated in the protocol that we received. It should be noted that the AAVMC guidelines do not recommend terminal surgeries as a method of teaching, even using donated animals. Their large animal teaching blanket protocol. This protocol is for teaching medical and surgical procedures to veterinary students, interns, residents, veterinary technician students, and veterinarians. Only animals donated for medical euthanasia due to economic hardship by the owner that cannot be transferred to a herd or another protocol will be euthanized. The number of animals expected to be euthanized each year is not stated in the protocol that we received. Fish medicine. In this protocol, up to 15 fish are killed each year for teaching medical procedures and anatomy necropsy to veterinary students. The fish are sourced from the university aquaculture facility. The fish are sedated and medical procedures are performed before they are euthanized and used for the anatomy laboratory. It appears that the fish are otherwise healthy. avian handling and sampling procedures. This lab is for teaching physical examination and sample collection on live birds and procedures on deceased birds to veterinary students and veterinarians. Up to 30 birds per year are requested. The birds are sourced from a vendor and appear to be otherwise healthy. The protocol is vague, but it appears that the birds are first used in a lab while alive and then killed, and the cadavers are used for the remainder of the lab. Small animal medicine emergency procedure wet lab. This protocol is for teaching emergency medical and surgical procedures to interns. The lab is a terminal surgery laboratory for up to 3 dogs per year. The dogs are sourced from a vendor, and there is no indication that these animals are unhealthy or otherwise slated for euthanasia. The papers cited in justification are from 2007 or earlier. No other veterinary school provided a similar protocol for teaching veterinary students or interns emergency procedures, and only one submitted a similar protocol for teaching emergency and critical care residents. That was North Carolina. I remember that. Thus, the necessity of this protocol is highly questionable. So let me just state that again. Purdue University is killing healthy dogs in their terminal surgery laboratories. And we've got 3 minutes left.
Great. I mean, that's so horrible. Well, we don't really, because we started a minute late, and the next thing starts now.
Yeah, we've got what do you mean the next thing starts now?
Well, I mean, it is, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's 2 minutes away from 5.
Yeah, we have another meeting, internal meeting.
One that you won't be invited to, but please like and subscribe. And on Wednesday we'll be back with All Beings Considered, and we'll be back next Friday for FOIA Friday. See if I actually got something back. I want to do all of ELAP though, just do all of them.
Yes.
At least the ones in California. I'll try to get all the ones in California done. And by next Friday,
copy paste. You'll get them all done in 10 minutes.
That's the plan. Yeah, I'm just gonna do them all. There's only 4 or 5 of them, so I think I can hammer it out, and then I'll report back on Friday for FOIA Friday. Awesome. Thank you everybody for watching today. That's
donate. Your funds are doubled up to $25,000. So please donate. ouronor.org/donate or Venmo at ouronor. We could use your help. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep begging until $25,000 is reached or the end of the year, right? Because we have until the end of the year to do it. So, all right, thanks everybody for joining FOIA Friday. That's Dr. Crystal Heath. I'm Scott Jack Morgan. Thank you, everybody.
See you
Freedom
next
of
time.
information.